Hello everyone and welcome to Faithful to Race Across the World, where we are here to discuss Celebrity Race Across the World, Series 3, Episode 4.
Yay!
And pause. There you go.
Pause for applause. I hope you are all clapping at home, if you're all listening at work or wherever. Or you may indeed be listening to us as you're running around town, your shopping centres, your big malls, looking for your Black Friday deals. And if you are...
very topical.
Good luck to you.
Are they really deals though? That's what you have to ask yourself.
Well, that's why you go on a website called Camel. And on there it tells you whether things have actually always been that price and they're just saying they're Black Friday for now. Amazon, we know you're doing it right now. Jeff Bezos. Camel. Jeff Bezos has a rocket to pay for. And this time he's going to fly theys and thems, not just women, theys and thems into the sky. And RuPaul will be there with a flower looking at the camera.
What are you going on about?
I don't know, I'm just talking nonsense while you're doing that.
Oh.
Hi, my name is Alex, by the way. And this is Ben. And if you want to get in touch with us on a podcast that we talk about Race Across the World at some point, you can find us on our Linktree, linktr.ee/faithful2. On there, it's got all the information of how you can find us on our social media, but also how you can watch, listen to us and subscribe, follow us and ring the bell. Just on those links on that Linktree, linktr.ee/faithful2. And indeed, if you like the podcast and you want to help us monetarily, you can give us a one-off or a monthly payment by going to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there for five British pounds, you can help with the show.
You can comment, like you said, on Spotify. Nitara, is that how you spell the name? I don't know how to pronounce it. That's what it is. They've said, who do you guys want to win? Big questions.
Well, I think I said it from the beginning. Mother and son, all
Still
the way.
Jackie and Dylan?
All day long. Yep, Jackie and Dylan. I love a Jackie and Dylan.
They also ask who do you think will win.
Who do I think will win?
Although after this episode, it could
I'm
be
not sure.
Could be Dylan and Jackie again. They swooped in, haven't they?
They've swooped in, taken the first place. And as I said, they always climb to the top. Don't underestimate the underdog. And they were the underdog at the start of the show. Anita and Belle went far too quickly, far too early. And now they've lost their steam.
Her dad's tired now.
Very tired. Just wants to rest.
I mean, a lot of them. Dylan was sick at the beginning of this episode.
He was.
Belle's tired. I mean, it's day 20.
Roman's growing a moustache.
Yep, he's having a midlife crisis.
He wants children in the paternal sense, not in the Jimmy Savile sense.
No, so, I mean, it's coming to that, it's like at the end of a 2-week holiday, 14-day, you get a bit tired by day 14, don't you? They're on day 20.
You want to go back to normality. You want to go back to work. You don't not necessarily go back to work, but you like the routine of being back at home. You're like, I've had a nice rest. I'm ready now to do another 6-month slog till my next holiday.
So that's why they're tired, I feel, because it's day 20.
I know. To be fair, it's not a holiday, is it? Let's be honest. Get ready for all the comments like, not a holiday. Celebrities getting paid to go abroad. But it's not a holiday. They're kind of, although, okay, I'm going to contradict myself. I was going to say, Dylan and Jackie had a lovely time. Dylan and Jackie were asking all the locals recommendations for things to do. They saw a sloth or a sloth, depending.
They asked the attractive gays who were there on the Eco Lodge. Always ask the gays.
Always ask the gays. If you want good advice, ask the gays.
There's 2 gays sat there in their vests.
Just like us.
They've been on a night tour, £25 each.
Done more than that. They had a lovely time in their cabin.
Lots of
lovely
hot people again this episode. It's the theme of the series, I feel. Hot people.
Costa Rica.
That's where it's going down.
Where couldn't they go? Honduras.
Yeah, they had to catch a flight because they weren't allowed to.
They weren't allowed to film. BBC
they
weren't given permission to film. You meant to look that up for why? You didn't really go any further.
Didn't come up with any news.
No.
So I mean, there's no filming there, so I don't know. That's why there's no news.
That's true. Well, that might be why then.
Very odd. They're very suspicious. So they're just not like the BBC, or is there more reasons to this?
Well, the BBC don't necessarily have a lot of trouble getting permission to film in places. They were one of the few news agencies, I suppose, for lack of a better term, that were allowed to still report in Russia when Russia put up their walls.
Exactly. Well, what's going on in that country then? We'll never know. And we won't know either because I didn't look it up. So sorry, everyone.
Yes, this is what you're here for. The thorough research.
There is no research. Like I said last week, don't ask me what country they're in. I don't know. I don't even know what country they flew over.
Honduras.
Was it Honduras? I have it on here, I think, somewhere. Let me have a look.
We're doing a podcast about geography. Where we
I've crossed it off, so I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Look, the long and short of it is that they're in Costa Rica now, and they're making their way across towards the Caribbean Sea.
Yep. Dylan and Jackie wanted to go on the Caribbean side because he wanted to see all the turquoise colours and the sea.
Beautiful.
Lovely time with those. Just again, Jackie stealing my heart every week. Just something about her that I just love her lack of I just love her lack of confidence in herself, and like how it's slowly growing, and every time they do the VT to her there's just something else that she's saying, and it's just like, don't be so hard on yourself, because she said, what was it, she was 1 year behind in school, and that's had a knock-on effect like through her whole life, and she's really overprotective of Dylan, and like she's hoping that this trip will be what allows her to let him be a bit...
fly like the
and
dove.
It's like, but we know everything, like we know about her son who took his own life, so like that's why she's overprotective of Dylan. Dylan says, people might look at us, think we're not tough, but we are tough. And the edited scene cut to him at a cafe when a little car goes by, a little beep, little horn, and he jumps out of his skin. So
brilliant. I love
editing
that.
team were having a lovely time this week.
That edit was perfect
because they were making fun of Tyler as well with his torches.
Yes, with his torches, he had a torch on his head, a torch on his chest.
Yeah,
he had a torch on both his feet
and his hands.
He had a torch in each hand. I don't know what he thought. Like,
and he somehow dropped one.
Well, he dropped one, and then didn't want to retrieve it because he was too scared to collect it because he couldn't. Yeah, I don't know what he thought about. I don't know what his theory was about, like, if there's more light, then less scary things will come. It's a bit like when you're a kid and you're in bed and you hear a bit of a scary noise and you think that if you put the covers over your whole body and your head, you're protected and you're fine. Do you know what I mean?
If you can't see it, it can't hurt you.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm wondering if Tyler Tinker, candlestick maker, he thought that if there was more light around, he'd be more safe. But to be
sometimes that causes more issues though, because the shadows then create images in your head. Especially if one shines on one of those lizards or those spiders and it becomes huge.
The ones that go on their
shadow.
hind legs and start running like that. I love them.
I love all the animals in this country. I want to go to the where is it?
Costa Rica.
All the wildlife is amazing on this episode.
Fantastic.
There was all sorts. There was loads of lizards. Spiders not too fussed about. The beetles even looked kind of cute. The butterflies, the sloths, the monkeys.
The sloths were they killed me, the sloths. The howler monkeys.
All the gays.
They were building bridges for howler monkeys. Rowan and Harley.
Yeah, that was Roman and Harley's job.
It reminded me of like when in the UK we build like little tunnels for hedgehogs to go underneath the motorways. It's the same, but they build little bridges for the monkeys to go over the urbanised areas. It was so adorable.
I know, because
the howler monkeys were like watching them going, oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, because it's all overbuilt, and these two guys have made it their mission.
Save the monkeys.
Build little rope bridges.
Because imagine if you're driving down the road and you see a little monkey on the road, like, can't know.
Like what? Sorry.
You can't. Oh, it breaks my heart. It's just they're building little bridges for them. I just love it.
Well, why don't you go to Costa Rica and build a bridge with that guy?
I would love to build a bridge with that man.
No kids, not married.
And he doesn't want to commit, and he doesn't want children.
No, he loves his nieces and nephews. I smell gunkel. Not going to put labels on anyone. I'm not assuming.
You sound like Rhea from Traitors Canada.
Yeah. All right, cross podcast.
We do a Traitors Canada podcast. If you're interested, give it a listen.
Tyler was really scared of all the bugs. It was like he was on I'm Celebrity, get me out of here.
I mean, if ITV aren't watching this and thinking to themselves, that's a booking, then they're idiots.
We do a podcast about that as well.
We do a podcast about I'm a Celebrity as well.
Every now and then.
This is why you need to subscribe and follow us, because you will never miss any of our podcasts.
Yeah, that made me laugh when they're in the taxi and Roman literally nudged his sister, like, oh, he's single, no kids. You could get in there, but she doesn't want kids. She said it multiple times this episode in multiple languages to multiple generations. She went up to an old woman and says, where are your children? Oh, they're grown up now. The old woman was like, well, what about your children? She says, I don't have any and I'm happy.
And then start dancing.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was their story this week. That was like, Harley is the workaholic, no commitment, no boyfriend, no time for a boyfriend because she directs adverts.
She directs adverts, for crying out loud.
She's like the girl from Too Much from Netflix.
I was thinking the same thing. She's like the character from Too Much on Netflix.
Some might say Harley Moon is too much. Would Lena Dunham say that? I don't know. And then Roman is the opposite. He wants children. He wants to bring in more generations of the Kemps. And to keep
he wants
it all
to
going.
spread the Kemp seed. And
with his moustache.
With his moustache. And
everyone fancies him, so I'm sure he's not having trouble.
I don't fancy him, so everyone doesn't.
Okay, well, all the girls fancy him.
Geese love ganders, everyone else loves Roman Kemp. He was in the old people's home, and he was basically, Harley Moon was saying that he was basically planning his life. Basically, he saw himself as that old person in that chair, the reclining chair. His future was there, and so he was basically planning his life at retiring 25 million children.
Because he thinks a lot about death, getting old.
Roman does.
Dying.
Roman's very, death orientated, isn't he? He's always thinking about, like... But then I turned to you and said, like, I'd happily die at, like, 65. It's just...
I know, because they were
a bit miserable.
The voiceover was like, this country, like, it has the most 100-year-olds and the
centenarians.
Really good old, and you were like, oh, it's 65. And it's like, 65 is not that old.
I give up at that point.
No, I say
I'm tired now.
80.
I'm tired, Ben. I just want to go to sleep.
I mean, it is weird to think, like, the fact, like, when you're 80, you could technically live another 25 years now. At 80. It's like, really? 25 years is a long time.
Too much. I was watching that interview with Dick Van Dyke, and as happy as I am for him, and he's got some real good morals in life. Like, don't be angry at people. Anger is which I agree with. If you look at people who are just angry people, especially in, like, politics, they always tend to be the ones who look ill and look the most, like, decrepit and most, like, sickly.
Nigel Farage is only 35 years old.
It's this 40 B&H habit, you know? And it's just like, I get Dick Van Dyke 100% good on for you, but my God, 100 years.
Well, he's not 100 yet.
No.
And they're jinxing it because we all know what happened to Betty White.
I'm knocking wood. And yes, Betty White, what a
10
beauty.
days she had.
Oh, just 10 days.
So, you know.
Almost there. But yes, Roman is thinking about his future and his children.
And Harley ain't.
Harley's happy with her life, as you say, directing commercials.
But she's always looking for the hot men. So I can relate to her.
She's a horn bag, though, isn't she? Old horny moon. Let's start calling her Horny Moon.
Full horny moon. Can you blame her with this trip that they've taken? It's just, I'm going out there next week.
But she's just, well, you should
Especially on these eco lodges with all these gays. They're all there.
All the gays are there.
Having a lovely time.
She was literally stood on the beach just staring at men last episode. Like going, he's hot, he's hot, he's hot, he's hot. I think even Roman at that point was like going, no, you got a point. They're all hot.
He is hot.
He is hot.
Yeah, well, speaking of hot, Molly and Tyler.
they
didn't really have a storyline.
The hot couple.
Molly did a great big dump in a toilet. This was their storyline, by the way. I'm not just being crude here. And she blocked the toilet and she got him to unblock it.
It wasn't the dump, it was the paper that blocked it.
Was it?
Well, it was, yes, true. But they don't have the same sewage system. It's similar to, I think, Crete in Greece, because I've been there on the island.
Oh, have you?
I have.
So
and they make you just... It is gross.
It's not gross, but it's just not what we're used to.
Yeah, but
like, yeah, don't like it.
Nah.
Just they need to invest in more bidets then, don't they?
What a great idea. What a great idea. A bidet investment.
Because the UK is behind on that, you know.
Well, the UK doesn't matter because you can flush it down the loo.
Yes, but still.
You can do it too with Can Do.
That was their story, though. There was that, and then they stayed in that treehouse.
Yes, which Tyler wasn't having a great time with.
Another gay hosting, I assume.
Would you stop outing people without their prior knowledge? Like, these people have gone on this TV show with good faith that they're going to be represented really well on British television. And then they
have been represented really well. I now want to go there.
Yeah, true. Well, you want to go there for the whole general. You want to go for the nature of the animals and the slothy men. Probably.
The howling monkeys.
The sloths were so cute. Can we just quickly talk about sloths and just how adorable they are? And the fact that the one that Dylan and Jackie saw, like, they woke him up and he looked like a person you'd woke up like, and he like moved his claws away from his eyes.
Shining that bloody torch on me.
He was like, oh, leave me alone. I've just
must get that every night.
From here to here and it's taken me all day and I just need to do this.
Every night that sloth gets that because they do the tours every night.
I know, that poor sloth.
Bless him.
He's like, I'm not in a zoo. I'm in the jungle. Leave me alone. I'm a sloth, not an exhibit.
Well, I don't really know what Molly and Tyler were really doing this episode because they are
talking about sloth.
They're like half a country away still from like they're on literally the other side of the country when the episode ended. So they were just staying in that place.
Well, they took the Pacific route, which was longer but more. There was more transport to do, which Anita and Bao fell into that trap because they kept bus hopping. And in the end, they just kept missing buses and Bao went off to look for money. started talking to the bank manager about what he'd had done.
I know, they cut. Yeah, it was like they were like, "Dad, you have 10 minutes. You need to exchange this money,
quick,
get back,
go."
And then they cut to Bao, and he said, "My name's Bao. I was born in India. When I was 4 years old, I then moved." It's like, oh my god, they kept cutting back to him, and he was just giving his life history.
I thought it was adorable.
Bless him.
I loved that so much.
He was having an emotional episode this episode.
He
First time
did.
ever he's shown emotion. He had to put his sunglasses on to hide it in front of the male taxi driver.
Anita thought it was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And also Anita loved the fact that she was the one who pushed that emotion out of him, because he wasn't feeling too bright. He was having a bit of a down day. We all have a bit of a down day.
Tired his back up.
That backpack was not doing him any favours. And Anita took control. And not that Anita hasn't really taken control, let's be honest. Anita, last episode we were saying she jumps in front of buses. Mm-hmm. She literally climbs on taxis and asks them, how much?
Journalist.
She's a journalist, everyone. And she took control and was able to but stop a passerby and hitchhike directly to their eco lodge, which is where they were staying, and getting bed and board with a family and so on and so forth. And
it was more looking at life with Bao, wasn't it? With he's realised that he's getting old.
Yes,
he's basically what Roman Kemp's doing at 20. He's realised
Roman Kemp's living his life now,
because he's used to being the dad, the protector, the one who was doing everything and never asked for help, and now he's realised all of a sudden it's okay. It's switched, and now his daughter is looking after him, which is all a bit.
It's a bit strange to him, but he's proud that he's realised that the only reason Anita's in that position where he can be looked after by her is because of what he had grown. They literally use the metaphor of gardening for that. He planted the seed into Anita's mother. Grew Anita. He looked after it, pruned her, gave her water, fed her,
pulled her up from the roots,
took out the weeds. Got rid of the weeds.
Yeah, gardening.
And this is and she's now reaping what he sowed, and that is a beautiful young woman who's confident, who's a journalist, everyone, and isn't afraid of jumping in front of vehicles. And you know what? Bao should be proud of himself, because Anita is a beautiful and wonderful young woman. And good for him. I mean,
more thinking maybe needs to be involved. Because when she sent them off to the bank, which was 7 blocks that way, that was the only instructions they had. Just 7 blocks that way, because they're in a place where, like, a few years ago there wasn't roads. None of the roads were named.
They weren't even named. And funnily enough, I learned that information. I said to you from that Mapmen book. Buy it. It's a really good book if you like Mapmen on YouTube.
This Way Up. Is that what it's called?
Something like that. When maps go wrong. This Way Up, when maps go wrong, or something along those lines. But it's a really good book, and it explains how Google Maps used to have to do Google Maps like navigation through landmarks rather than street names. But anyway, sorry, I interrupted.
So that's what happened. So yeah, he was going 7 blocks that way to go to the bank, and then she suddenly realised, one, I could have gone and not sent him because I can just run there and run back. Yeah. I also speak Spanish, he doesn't.
Yeah.
And then she suddenly had the realisation that, like, oh, actually, we're in like a bus terminal.
We could have just bought a bag of crisps.
We could have bought something and then had to change. And it was the bus ticket after all this time, because she was holding up the queue and everyone behind her had their arms folded.
Fuming.
And the woman was like, are you buying a ticket? She was like, yes, soon. But she just stayed there to hold everything up.
And what's worse is she stared at the woman in the window, like just like, because like, don't you dare, don't you fucking dare.
At the end of it, it was like £10. It was like, for God's sake.
But Bao got to talk to a bank manager about his life.
That's true.
And that was the most important part of this.
There was a lot of things on this. Like the theme, I think, was like the things that happen to you, which seem small when you're younger, has like a big knock-on effect when you're older. Because with Jackie, she said the thing that happened to her when she was in school has had a knock-on effect all the way through now, and how she even raises Dylan. And then Tyler was telling about a story about how he witnessed like 3 men outside his house, and one of them punched one and then one stabbed.
Yeah,
and, like,
what a horrific scene to see at 13.
These things, like this knock-on effect, which then links to him being scared of bugs and trying to protect Molly. Do you know what I mean? It's like all these little things that would just have knock-on effect on someone that like creates them as a person, is like really highlighting on this episode of all of them, which is really interesting. Just these little things that happen to you, which you maybe not even think about, is then why you're overprotective of your girlfriend now.
The thing is with Race Across the World is that it's about the stories of the people who are racing, and it's the reason why they're doing the race, and everyone goes into this for various different reasons. And you think that because it's a celebrity version, it would be very much just, we wanted the paycheck, so we did it. But actually it really isn't. I think a lot of them, the thing with reality challenge shows nowadays, you can say this with this, you can say this with The Traitors, it's not for the paycheck. I think it's sometimes, or more regularly than not, about they want the challenge as well
to do it.
And the stories that people like Anita and about beautiful, like we've known about, like he lost his job in the 80s and he had to like work in a night shift job to help Anita get through college. As you say, Tyler had that horrific thing happen to him when he was 13 when he witnessed someone be stabbed to death outside his own house.
And then had to do like a police testament and worry that...
Well, no, he had to stand up in court.
Yeah.
And
if people knew he was doing it and stuff.
Give evidence. And then Dylan, as you say, Jackie, when she was younger, she had a hard time. And then Dylan's brother and Jackie's son had died very young, far too soon. So these stories are beautiful, beautiful stories. And Roman and Horny Moon, you know, they're camps.
I think Roman's is next week. Roman's story. But yeah, it's just interesting how like just these tiny little moments in someone's life can like, then you then watch them on this reality show later and you're just like, oh, that's why you're like that and that's why you're like that. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like we're making fun of Roman and Heidi, but it's interesting how they're so different, but they're similar age, brother and sister. They weren't born miles apart from each other, and like they're so different.
Well, we actually have learned about Roman the fact that he has suffered from suicidal thoughts and deep depression, and that's and for a man to talk openly about that is brave, really brave, and the fact that Horny Moon she's looks after her brother, and you can tell that there's that real bond and friendship between them. They're not just brother and sister, they're best friends, and that's lovely to see between them too. And also Jackie, when she had a little cry in tonight's episode, you could tell the cry wasn't hurt tears or fearful tears or anxiety like when they first started this, after their night expedition, and also when they went on the river cruise and they did loads of stuff, and you could see Jackie that was happy to.
Yeah, she was happy that she did it.
Yeah,
and
she was so happy.
Okay. She did it and it was okay. And it's like,
yeah. The world didn't collapse around her. Yeah, she did. Nothing imploded. She's able to take these, marginal risks in order to have, a more fun, life for living. As they all keep saying.
I mean, Roman's anxiety of disaster is following him though, because in this episode,
my God, they have the worst luck.
They asked for a free lift by the Monkey Bridge man, who's single, no kids, loves his nieces and nephews. Little
ponytail, little top knot.
Yeah, it's all there. Yeah, very hot. And they were like, okay, let's go and let's do this. Let's get a free ride. Things are looking up, finally, for Roman Kemp, who worries about everything. And then all of a sudden, bang, flat tire.
I know.
Always happens. Anita and Bao did the same thing at their eco lodge. They're like, can we have a free lift? They was like, yeah, sure. This huge, shining Jeep comes out. And they had no problem
no payments
driving.
Made. No, yeah,
So,
I know.
Yeah, their bad luck is just following them. So I feel like out of all the couples, they're the ones I'm saying will not win. Because
of their luck.
Yeah.
They have had the worst luck. Like anything that should happen. The number of tyre bursts, I think we're up to 3 now for them. One was a bus, and I think there was been 2 cars it's happened for them. And it's just been awful for them. It's such a shame because as soon as they start getting somewhere and progressing and doing well, but they were pleased. They were second.
Yeah, they've not done bad, but it's so typical of someone who is like a warrior, as in not a warrior, as in worries. Yeah. Not a warrior as in a battle warrior. No. Someone who worries is like, and then the world is like proving him. It's like, actually, you should worry and you should be full of anxiety because this keeps happening to you. Ha ha ha. So it's just very unfair.
But he's getting through it, and that's the main thing. It's not. It's very stoic, and that's the way you need to think about things. It's something he couldn't control. It wasn't a problem, but because what they could control was what they did afterwards, and they both said, "We'll give you a hand of the tire." So and it was a lovely situation, and it maybe bonded them more as well, and it was a great situation. But we should congratulate that Dylan and Jackie made it for the first time this series as first position to the book, despite
they skipped second and went straight to first,
despite driving past the book in their golf cavity, and then the beep Dylan going backwards back to order.
I mean, that last bit really confused all of them because they got to the hotel and they're like, right, we're here, and then they're like, here's your keys. And then there was this weird, I don't know who designed this hotel, but like there's lots of roads all round going all sorts of places, and they had to find this woman standing on a podium with a book looking out onto the...
It was for the shot, let's be honest. That whole thing was for that beautiful shot of them on that pier, that kind of small pier on the side of the... Is it called a pier when it's on a mountain?
Don't know.
Lookout point? Viewpoint?
Vista.
A vista, I don't know, but anyway, it's a kind of like a wooden platform that kind of had a viewpoint that had this beautiful view of the forest below and the sea past it, and it was just gorgeous. Gorgeous.
And they got there first. Dylan and Jackie, they worked together. Anita and Belle had to reset 3 times and swap positions.
Anita was like, "Dad, get out of the car."
Yeah, let me drive. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. But yeah, it was nice to see them come first. Dylan and Jackie, they couldn't believe. They thought, third or last was their expectations.
Well, they said when you don't see people, you just immediately imagine that you're last. Always positive, Dylan and Jackie.
Love them. But yeah, I'm worried about Molly and Tyler. I don't know how far behind they're going to be, like 12 hours maybe, if not more.
Well, we worried about Roman and Horny last episode because they never showed their finish.
Harley.
And they were only 7 hours behind. And look, they caught up and got to second.
That's true.
But the problem with Molly and Tyler is they were the only ones, the only ones who hug the West Coast rather than taking the East Coast down the country. The other three to the East Coast, and they were relatively close to one another, despite Dylan and Jackie going on all these excursions. And they all ended up staying in hostels, pretty much 50 kilometers from one another,
they were
near
close.
the border. While Molly and Tyler was also on the border, but right on the opposite side of the country. So yeah, they've got the whole country to cover yet. So I think they might be about a day behind, which is going to be tough to catch up on.
Well, luckily there's no elimination on the Celebrity Series.
Hooray!
So they'll just keep on trucking.
Keep on moving on.
Keep going. But
So yes, very exciting. This is a lovely series. I really like this. Not to say that the last series had Scott Mills, but like the this series, top 40,
that was
top 40
really,
hits.
He was really good, but the winner, not for me.
No, top 40 hits, Ben. Top 40
That
hits.
annoyed me.
Top 40
Undeserved.
hits. So if you like listening to the podcast and you want to help us, you can go to our Linktree, linktr.ee/faithful. And on there, it's got all the links to our social media for you to follow us on TikTok and Instagram. You can also follow and subscribe on our YouTube, what else is there? Spotify. And any of your favourite podcast apps. You can watch us on YouTube and Spotify. You can listen to us on all three of those as well. All three. But please subscribe, because we keep getting told off that we're not telling people to subscribe. And I'm getting sick and tired of being told off. Subscribe. I feel like I say it all the time. I feel like we should just put subscribe over our logo. I feel like we say it that much. Subscribe. For goodness sake, to subscribe. For the love of God, subscribe.
Is it called subscribe on Spotify? Maybe you're saying the wrong word.
Follow us.
Maybe I'll look.
Ring the bell. Give us a thumbs up.
Follow. It's
Follow us.
not
Follow us on
subscribe.
Spotify.
That's why people aren't doing it.
Well, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Spotify,
There
follow
you
us on
go.
Apple Podcasts or any of your favourite podcast apps. There you go. And if you like the podcast and you want to help us monetarily, go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful or coff.e/faithful. And on there, you can give us a £5 one-off donation or monthly donation, which helps with the podcast. And anyone who's asking, yes, we are thinking about doing extra content for monthly subscription.
Yes, we want to.
So we are-
Let us know what you want. What type of thing do you want to see for extra content for
Exactly.
£5 a month?
Yeah. And you can comment underneath the videos if you're watching us on YouTube.
Only the real ones listen to this bit, so you're the ones who need to tell us. Should we rank? What should we rank? We could rank all the moments Tyler wore a vest on this series.
We could
for
rank
example.
all the NPCs.
Sexy extras.
The NPCs that were on the series.
Top 10 sexiest countries to visit on Race Across the World.
Top 10 sexiest people in sexiest countries.
Hosted by Harley Moon.
Horny Moon and Roman Kemp. Roman Kemp could come in on that.
Do you like
thing.
his moustache? Yes.
It
no?
suits him. It
Yeah.
suits him. But
I wasn't
some
sure at first,
stashes of a fashion, and it suits some people, but not others.
At the beginning of the episode, I wasn't sure, but then by the end of the episode, it had grown in a little bit.
Like his moustache.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It had grown in.
When we were watching, I said to you that you would look really good with a moustache. So also, if you are watching this to the very end, only the true ones will. Comment underneath the video and say, do you think Ben should grow the moustache and maybe just make that stubble? Because I think he'd look pretty hot.
Well, we'll see. Until next week. That'll keep you watching.
That'll keep you going.
We'll see you then. Goodbye.